Are you looking for a place to start in player development? Are you looking to start impacting the lives of athletes that are in your program or athletes that are under your influence? Well, you need to have a plan. And look no further, the Player Development Plan Blueprint Workshop is this weekend. The link is in the show notes. Please register for the workshop. But I wanted to take time today to talk to you in more detail about what this workshop will look like. Hello. My name is Ed Jones II. I'm the founder of Beyond the Field Player Development, and I help people like you create impactful player development plans. Now, you may have heard this. You may have say Player Development Plan Blueprint Workshop. Like, why does this guy want to do this? My story, I was hired into this role at the University of Houston, go Cougs, in 2016. I did not know what I was doing in the role, okay? I was making impacts because I was a relationship builder. I was learning different things, but I did not have a plan. I would sit in meetings with other departments because I was a department head, and they would have this plan, or they would have this document, they would have this alignment, and I'm just like, yeah, you know, the players did this, or we did this, we did that, and I was just missing that core plan, that core direction of what I was doing in the space. So fast forward, I create Beyond the Field, which now is a company, and the Beyond the Field program is what I use in the player development role. Now with this workshop, you may be asking, what should I expect? This is what you should expect. You should expect an interactive session. This will be me and others on Zoom. We are collaborating. This is not a me teaching session. This is not a podcast. It will be interactive. It will be active. You will get clarity on why you need a player development plan for your role, or clarity on what the player development role is. Maybe you're a coach, athletic director, and you're like, I want to learn more. Come to the workshop. And you will leave with a blueprint for the player development plan that you can create today that will create impact in the lives of athletes. I am excited about this workshop because what this workshop will do is, if you're in a place where I see it all the time, I hear it all the time, people want to impact athletes, but they do not know how. They don't know where to start. This workshop is that solution. This workshop will help get you in a place where you have a blueprint, just like architects. My wife does architecture. You probably all seen it. They scroll it out and they say, this is where this is going to be. This is the purpose that this serves. This is what this does. This is how it gets it done. So this workshop will be the bridge to the solutions that you want to create. It will be the bridge to the passion that you have for athletes, because you will be able to have a plan. You will be able to say, this is what we will do. So if you're tired of the confusion, if you're tired of the unknown, if you're tired of the lack of communication, if you're tired of the lack of support, come to the workshop, because this workshop will help you find clarity, direction, and give you a path or a line of communication that will help you as you go out and impact the lives of athletes. What I need you to do is click that link in the show notes. I want to see you there at the workshop. Now, don't just take my word for it. I've been able to help 7 individuals either get into the player development space or some other space that is related to developing athletes because of the plan that they were able to create. Faith Gurton, she is crushing it in Indianapolis at the high school and middle school level because she was part of the cohort. We were able to flesh out a plan. John Battle, who's director of player development at Duke, shout out to my guy John, JB4, he is crushing it because he purchased the book and he used it to create a plan that now he is using for Duke football. Rod Rukchungul, he is crushing it at Georgia State. Crushing it. I met Rod. He had just come from being an NFL scout. He didn't know much about player development. Got to meet Rod. He purchased the book, met him in person. He did some other things, but he created a plan that he is using right now at Georgia State. CJ Scrimp. CJ Scrimp is at Coastal Carolina. Met CJ, former player there. He found out about player development, reached out to me on Twitter, purchased the course, created a plan. Rashawn Bell purchased the course before I even talked to him. He went online, purchased the course, created a plan, and then we talked. And then he was able to get a position with the San Francisco 49ers player engagement staff. Mike DeVito, shout out to Mike, former NFL player who was crushing it at his alma mater of Maine. listened to the podcast, learned about making a plan, created a plan, and now he is crushing it in the role. And then CJ Carter. CJ Carter did the interview workshop, created a plan for interviewing, and is now the director of career development for Virginia Tech, serving all the athletes there. Now, these are great stories. I'm so thankful for these people for trusting in me, so thankful that I was able to help them create a plan in some type of way. But here's the crazy thing about those 7 people. They did not get this workshop experience. This workshop was not around to help them. You get an opportunity to do something that they were not able to do. You get to join a workshop where you can create a blueprint to help you in the role. Once again, if you want to get clarity, you want to get direction, you want to create a line of communication of how people can support you in the role and know more about what you do in player development and the plan, join the workshop. Click the link. I want to see you there. This workshop, this one will be July 20th. This Saturday, if you're watching it this week of July 20th, if you're watching after it, we'll have more workshops once a month. But this one, the first one, the one to kick it off is July 20th, Saturday, July 20th at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you want to join, if you want to create that blueprint, get that clarity, direction, and that line of communication, click the link in the show notes. I am so excited, y'all. This is something that I've wanted to do. I get to interact with a lot of you all that come to the workshop because a lot of this podcast, you all listen, you reach out to me, but I'm excited to see you all there. And hey, it's going to be collaborative and we're going to go from there. As I always say, go out and create generational impact. I hope I see you this Saturday, but if I don't, go out and create generational impact. Don't wait, create that generational impact today. And since we're talking about testimonials, I want you to listen to this testimonial from Mike DeVito and this testimonial from Rashawn Bell. Have a good one. See y'all at the workshop.